Hey everybody, we're back. I'm going to do another video today where I just picked up a painting that I had started in a workshop and it's not finished. You can see that I just kind of drew this out with my Hooker's green. I put my values down, then I started to go in with color. I got bored with the sky and stopped, so I'm going to go back and get to work here. I'm going to just pick up some light blue and some light blue violet and just start going back in. You know, it's always good to get back in there and cover up that red. Yeah. It's humid in the studio. It was cold, I turned it down, now it's humid. It makes my paint kind of
sticky?
Sticky. Thicker. I'm going to spray it with some water. Try to keep it nice and moist. So we're going to get around these trees. Now, of course I didn't do these trees that good, so I don't have to worry about cutting around them perfectly. And I will be back in there making trees again. So no worries. Look at that tree. He totally lost his shape, but you know, he was in a storm. And I'm going to add just some light blue. I'm using my 1-inch.
Angled Princeton Dakota Series.
Yes, you got that, Jane.
Yes.
I just kind of go in these different sections with my skies, and I don't think my skies are the best, that's for sure. But it's what I do. It's how I do it. I'm going to go back over where that white was up here. And I can do this again too when it dries. Go back again. But I think that's good for sky right now. What else do I need to work on? Everything. I'm going to pick up my smaller brush. No, actually I'm not. I'm going to go back to my whoops. They're rolling off the table. I'm going to go back in and do some greens down here. I've got my Hooker's green and some cad yellow medium. I'm using the side of my brush just to indicate that this is an area where there's seagrass. I'm adding a little white.
Where the sun hits it?
I guess. Just to be interesting. Then I'll go dark. And let's see. You know, they're blowing. They're not all going the same way in my world. Sometimes it's hard to jump back into a painting because I've lost the thought process that I started probably a month ago. I can't even remember which workshop where I was when I did this.
North Carolina or?
I don't, maybe. Because we paint, you know, I teach this particular lesson in a few workshops. It's a great lesson. Oh, you know where these came from? My reference was I saw a picture of these old shacks that were all brown, well, because it was a black and white picture, but to me they read as brown, and they were on the side of a cliff in a mountain in West Virginia. So they didn't have these stilts, they didn't have these pilings down here, if that's what that's called, whatever holds up the house. Pilings, and they didn't. And this was just all rocks and everything, but I thought I liked the structure of the building, so I just duplicated them and put them on the beach.
Your inspiration.
That's right. This table must be at an angle. Everything's rolling off. I'm going to go back in and go where my darks are.
And that's just straight hooker's green.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of real dark, just really sets off the sunlight hitting the building. I hope. I don't know what kind of stairs these are. Nothing is making sense.
It's a rope ladder.
Yeah, it's this. Yeah, I don't know. You know, let people's eye finish it. I can't, because I just can't. I'm really getting dark in there. But I want to pop out that clothesline. It's really nice to put some life in a painting. And that does. There's a towel chain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a windy day.
It is. These trees should be blowing. I'm just cleaning this up. I don't have to say too much. Hear that jiggle of the water? I'm going to clean up the sky behind these guys. And this is a little landmass back here. I like a soft edge. I'm going to soften the blue, wet the blue and wet the green, and then just kind of soften the edge. It's called a lost edge, if I can do it.
Yeah.
It just lets the eye go further back. And if you don't like it, you can change it. I don't know what that is. I don't like the color of that water.
Is it too green?
Yeah, it's pretty green. It's pretty green. So let's go. I got some phthalo blue.
Ooh.
He always wants to take over. But in this case, this could be.
I think there's good balance.
Yeah. It's just a really strong color. It terrified me when I was a watercolor painter, but you got to show it who's boss. A little touch of phthalo green in there. Whoa, see, nothing's a little touch with the Phthalo brothers. Nothing. What do you think of the blue?
It's blue. Did you add a little green right then?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. I like it. It looks very tropical.
Yeah, it would be tropical as it gets closer. But, it needs a sign of life. we could just let's just pop some little sailboats back. Sort of like that. They're enjoying the wind today.
Yes.
So, and then I'm going to work on the sand. Let's see, I'm going to use white and Naples yellow. When I finish this painting, I will find one color in here, which will probably just be like maybe a soft blue green or something, and paint it around the edges. Just a solid, yes, a solid.
Canvas.
Yep. And then when that dries, put a wire on the back and let whoever buys it frame it.
You think you'll varnish it?
I might and I might not.
Okay.
I should. I probably will. I just give it a light spray.
And the purpose for varnishing?
Well, it just protects it.
Okay.
I mean, this is like canvas. It's got a lot of tooth. It gets dusty, and collect dirt, things like that. I don't think the acrylic will fade. I had an acrylic painting in my window with the west sun shining on it just to test it, and it was like 2 years, and it didn't really fade. And somebody bought it after that.
Wow.
I didn't tell them it was my test piece, but so I'm just adding little lines or little spots of shade of color to indicate that that's my sand. We're getting close. Some more grasses. You can just go back in there and do that. And I'm going to take see, I'm jumping all over the place, but he looks a little unfinished. He's in shadow. I had somebody come in here and say that they thought that he needed a window. I don't know. Maybe not. Does it?
And then you have two eyes on the canvas.
No, but what if I put one like this? And just make it real not
subtle.
important. Okay. I know, I can't. It's going to be not two, but one. I got to get a little darker.
So I guess the sun is shadowing from the left or coming in from the left?
Yeah, it's coming in over here. So then, yeah, that's, this guy would be bright over here. Sort of like that, but he's going to be shadowed under here. Maybe we'd see that side of the window. But I don't want that window to be all important. I just don't. Yeah, it's there. It's breaking up that space. I'm going to put a little light reflection in this guy. And now it's time to bring, all right, no, yeah, now I'll bring out my little 1/4-inch guy.
The detail guy?
The detail guy. He's flat and he's strong. I hear people outside, Jane. They're wondering why the door is closed. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to indicate that I'm going to go back in with my trees, because remember I painted around my trees. They're going to have a lot of palm fronds blowing this way. Because, you know, it's windy. Are you getting the feeling you're at the beach here, Jane?
Yes, I can hear the surf pounding.
That's my brush pounding on the canvas. It's just trying to get things to look like they're blowing that way. So, and so on and so forth. And then, what else was I going to do? I was just going to show you, if you do a big roof like this, you need to break it up. This is what I was told by teachers. So I'm going to darken some areas because this roof could have been in shadow here. It's a pretty rich color.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to repeat it somewhere. Well, it's kind of repeated anyway. I'm going to introduce a little Naples yellow there. This is where the sun is really hitting this roof. Be brave, everybody, because you know what? If you don't try it, you'll never have it. You know, paint with some courage. That looks a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Repeat that. Maybe I'll put some little wildflower thing.
Oh.
I don't want to get carried away. I just don't. And one more thing of the bright sunlight.
Naples yellow with that.
Mm-hmm, with white.
That wash, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Really looks like sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, makes a few more grasses, but I'm going to show you what another thing that gives it life. I need the brush I dropped on the floor. Okay, this is my little pointy brush, my number 2, and it's Princeton, of course. And I'm just going to flick a bird or two over the dark. If you go over the sky, you can make him dark, make the birds dark for contrast.
And his friend, okay.
So there you go. There's our beach scene for the time. Notice I left some red peeking through just because it just looks cool, and I softened that line to take us back. I might just fluffen up this cloud a little bit back there, but sometimes we just have to trust that our brush strokes are doing its job. They're doing their job, and let it be. Because, you know, the more you let it be, the fresher your painting will be. So I think this one's ready to go on the wall. What do you think, Jane?
Okay, but I bet you're going to tweak it some more.
Not much more.
No, yeah.
What do you think it needs?
You always do.
Oh, I see. I see something. No, I'm actually not, because this was halfway done.
Okay.
Or this was 2/3. You know, this was real done when I picked it up for this video. This guy has hardly any. I don't know what would be holding him up. I might make more bushes over here. I think I will, because that looks too weird.
See?
See, is that what you were looking at, Jane? when you thought I wasn't done?
Possibly, or I'll take credit for it. I don't know. Yeah.
That does look better. Okay, so on and so forth, but that's it. Beach houses from West Virginia.
From West Virginia mountains.
West Virginia beach houses. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. And don't forget to go to my website. It's janeslifkagallery.com. Go to the shop page. We have 10 classes available that last an hour, and you can paint along with me. So, and also pay attention to my website page on the I mean, not my workshop page on the website. That's what I meant. And I will have a list of the workshops that I'll be doing here in the gallery and other places. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you at the next video.